When we talk about reparations, we can't fully understand the issue without first looking at the history of slavery and the systemic racism that followed. These two elements are not just parts of our past, they are living legacies that continue to shape the experiences of Black Americans today. So, what is that history, and how has it affected the way Black communities live today? Slavery in America was not just a system of forced labor. It was an institution that dehumanized, brutalized, and stripped away the basic rights of millions of Black men, women, and children for centuries. From its beginnings in the early 1600s, slavery was woven into the fabric of America's economy and social structure. The enslaved population was forced to build the nation's wealth. Cotton, tobacco, and sugar were not just crops. They were the foundation of global trade and economic power. Yet the people who cultivated them were treated as less than human. The Civil War ended slavery, but it didn't end racial inequality. The abolition of slavery merely opened the door to a new era of systemic oppression, an era where laws and policies were created to ensure that Black Americans would remain second-class citizens. Following the Civil War, Reconstruction briefly offered hope, but it was followed by the rise of Jim Crow laws, which enforced segregation in the South. Black people were systematically denied their rights through voter suppression, segregation, and violence. While the civil rights movement fought for equality, many of the policies that were put in place to suppress Black Americans, like redlining, segregation, and discriminatory laws, continue to have a profound effect on their economic opportunities. Redlining, for example, was a practice where banks and insurance companies deliberately denied services to Black families, particularly in housing. This restricted where Black Americans could live, limiting their access to quality education, jobs, and health care. The effects of these policies are not just a thing of the past, they continue to be felt today. From the racial wealth gap to disparities in healthcare, education, and criminal justice, systemic racism is still alive and well. It's not just a relic of history, it's an ongoing battle for justice and equality. The history of slavery and systemic racism is not just an issue of the past, it is the foundation upon which the struggle for reparations is built. In our next video, we'll dive deeper into the moral arguments for reparations and explore how we can begin to address these long-standing injustices. If you found this video insightful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next part of the series. Let's continue to uncover the truth together.